Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Louie. Happy birthday to you. It's Louie's birthday, everyone. Let's go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Team Forbidden's YouTube page. It is I, Seto Sama the Fanatic. We are at you today. Let me just get this organized here for the intro. So uncivilized. With a special deck profile because, as displayed in Digimon Adventure 0 to the beginning, Louie's birthday is actually on a leap year, February 29th. Which just so happens to be today at the posting of this video. So to celebrate, we are going to showcase a deck that is going to change substantially in a couple months. But this is called Ukko Punch. It's basically a new version of an old cancer deck from the start of this game called Rookie Rush. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so for the eggs, we are running 5 Digitama, or Digi-Eggs. We are running the 4 Koromon from BT14, and it's the best generic red egg. Card is removed from your opponent's security stack during your turn. Once per turn, you draw a card. You check a card. If it doesn't have a security effect that automatically bops your Digimon that has this thing under it, you draw a card. Even if you battle a security Digimon and you lose that battle, you still draw a card because that'll happen before the security battle occurs. And for our 5th egg, we are running the new Yokomon from BT15. This is one of those, it's kind of a weird spot. My original version of the deck ran the Gurimon from BT8 because it was generic draw power, and I used vanilla level 4s to basically accelerate through my deck even further. But it loses a little bit of the luster there, and there's actually a quarter of your deck that this card can actually get back if it dies. So that's it. You need the 5 Digitamas because, well, Ukkomon hatches another Digimon in your breeding area after you push it out. So, or whenever you push anything out. So that's it. That's the Digi-Eggs. Multicolored time. First thing we have 4 copies of Gaussmon from BT5. This basically stops training cards or anything else that reduces Digivolution costs. You want to Digivolve, you're paying the whole cost that's on the card. 4 copies of Gatsumon from BT14. Basically just says, hey, Bloomlord, have fun not playing. You want to play your free bodies? You can't. New Boy in Muchomon. Beforehand, you could probably run the promo Gilmon and the Gigimon egg from EX2 for some additional draw power. But this thing helps you draw extra cards as well. So your turn, once per turn, when one of your red Digimon attacks a player, you draw 1. Nice and simple. Oh, and it's an Avion, so if it dies, you just get it back with this. 4 copies of Solarmon. Players can't reduce play costs. Have fun, Blue Flare, playing that Metal Greymon for full 7. And a lot of people run the Red Otamamon card. I strongly disagree. Yeah, it's a 5K rookie, but this is better. Digivolve for 1, choke them to 1. 4K, and it's still a 2 cost of hard play. I don't understand. If you're running any vanilla rookie, I arguably think you should be running this one. I'm not just saying that because, you know, I'm a simp for this Digimon. I'm seriously not saying it just for that. Honestly, I think this is one of, if you're going to go vanilla rookies, this is the best one. Now, into other colors that we cannot lay on top of our Digi-Eggs. You're going to be hard playing a lot in this deck. We have 2 copies of Pillowmon. Just extra copies of that Gatsumon that makes it so opponent can't, play cards by effects. You're not playing anything by effects, so it never hurts you. 2 copies of Cutemon. Just, extra more of can't reduce Digivolution costs. So you're Digivolving for the 4th thing. 4 copies of Momentai, also known as Terriermon. Self-explanatory. It's a memory blocker. The one thing red doesn't have for some reason.
Yep.
Why? We're 16 main sets in, 6 side sets in. Where's the red memory blocker, Bandai? Where? Oh, yellow's missing it too. Where's the yellow memory blocker, Bandai? How come red and yellow are the only 2 colors that don't have it? No, we're not counting white. 2 Palmumon. You're probably wondering why the green stuff, and that's because we are running an angelic demon in our option cards. So that's why the yellows and the greens. 2 copies of Chumon. You can bump this up to like 3 or 4 if you want. Again, it's a memory blocker, and these are beasts. So if your Yokomon dies, you get these back, and then you just play them right away. Additional play cost blockers. And now, for the star of the deck, we're just setting all these partners for all those things that Big Ukkomon, who will be coming very, very, very soon.
Childhood trauma.
Yep, basically. So we're running the base version of this card from the demo deck. Partially because it's the cheapest and easy, and was the easiest one to get. But also partially because there's not a single card in this deck that's above a rare. Spoiler alert. So, Ukkomon. What can I say about this card? This card should probably have never been printed. And the one that's coming in 16, that card should probably have never been printed too. So, this thing, what it does, your turn, once per turn, when one of your Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area, you may hatch in the breeding area and then gain a memory. Yes, that includes when he moves out of the breeding area to the battle area. Yes, that is just as stupid as it sounds. There's a reason this guy is like $25 right now for the movie promo, this card is like $15 at the time of recording, if it's not more. I haven't checked it in a little while. But this card is stupid nuts. Additional breeding phases is always broken. So, to use this thing even better, speaking of additional breeding phases, 4 copies of Louis. So, Louis' on play is you move a Digimon that is level 3 or higher from your breeding area to the battle area. Nice and simple. You normally can't move level 2s out of the breeding area, so... and then also, when one of your Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area, you suspend this tamer and gain a memory. So, okay. Combo. This is a 1 cost. That's fair. Not. But yeah. Canonically, according to the movie, this guy's birthday is February 29th. And it's February 29th. Day of recording this video. Happy birthday, Louis. Now, into the generic options. We're running the big Crimson Blaze, because that's how we deal with wide boards. A lot of people are running like combinations of this and Atomic Blaster. I'll be quite frank with you guys. I don't have my copies of Atomic Blaster anymore. But this card is still really nuts. It's like you reduce the memory the cost of playing it from your hand by 1 for every Digimon your opponent has out. So if they swarm, you just drop this, and then their entire board is basically gone. Another way of wiping boards, the reason why we're running the green cards, Heaven's Judgment! I've said it before. I'll say it in the Terriermon deck profile video. I'll say it a million times again. This is one of the most broken option cards in the game. Literally, oh, you have a green card? You can play this. Even though I'm yellow. And everyone always gets this effect wrong as well, because it does this multiple times. So, for those who don't remember, while you have a green card or tamer, you can play it without meeting the color requirements. So main, activate this effect below. Then for each colored Digimon you have, activate it again. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP for the turn. And then the security effect is just a generic minus 12. So yeah, so that's 6,000 on its own. Then for each color you have out, it's an additional 6K. So let's say you have all the boys out. So let's see, 6, 12, 8, 24, 30...
36.
24, no, 30, 36, yeah. 36, Eric can math. So yeah, that's a 36,000 DP buff on any number of your opponent's Digimon. Like BT2 Shine Greymon, this can hit multiple targets. It is absolutely bonkers in this deck, and I have no clue why I don't see a lot more lists running it. And speaking of potential board wipes, the last card that we are rounding this deck off with is 2 copies of the Mighty X program. I don't think we've had this card on the channel before, so we might as well explain it. It's a white option card, so you need a white source in order to use it. Gee, I wonder what I'm going to use. That being said, though, unless you are really desperate to play this from your hand, well, you have to be really desperate and backed into a corner, but this is your other board wipe, as long as you're not facing an X antibody deck, in which case, pray to God you don't see this card. So, Alphamon just says, yeah, I don't care about that. War X, Melga X, whatever. So what this thing does is, if you have a Digimon with Dex or Death X in its name, you can play it without meeting the color requirements. I'll be completely honest, I completely forgot it had that effect. But that's never going to come up in here because we never have Death Xmon or any of the Dex Doru, whatever. But main, delete one of Digimon without X antibody in its traits. If there are 3 or more Digimon in play, delete everything without X antibody in the traits. And the security effect is just delete an opponent's Digimon without X antibody. So, yeah, that's a white option card. Relatively good board wipe against most decks. So, yeah, that's the deck profile. Guys, this deck is going to change once BT16 rolls around with the new Louis, the new Ukkomon, and the big Ukkomon. Aside from that, if you want something that's, I'd say, relatively cheap, but the promos are kind of expensive, and want something fun to try, give this deck a shot. It's pretty fun. But like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down below for notifications. Let us know what updates or profiles or other videos you'd like to see in the future, and we'll catch you guys later. Happy birthday, Louis.